Hey folks, this is Rainiac, and this is a special video to serve as a kind of a retrospective to the Let's Play Summer School, which is the LP contest that has just finished like a week ago. Well, actually it was more like 3 weeks ago, but a judge was away on vacation, and then a couple of the contestants went away for a week or so, and I just got the videos in afterwards. So, the final scores were delayed, but the final scores eventually came in, and in third place was CronoManiac, in second place was FreezingInferno, and in first place was yours truly. Yes, I have finally won an LP competition. I know, I'm amazed too. I've got kind of an amazing record. I'm not like being egotistical here when I say amazing record, but think about it. Let's Play Spring Fest, first contest, didn't go so well for me. Managed to finish in third place. I was happy with that. I thought I was going to end up in fourth. Got the bronze medal. Second contest I did. Let's Play Olympics 2, the Confusing Returns of Numbers. That went better for me because I had more experience in these things. But I had to contend with Rort, who is a gaming machine. Seriously. So I only managed to come in second and get the silver. And now I've got the gold in the Let's Play Summer School. So I've got bronze, silver and gold in that order. And maybe I should just like not play in any more LP competitions. Maybe I should just retire from it now forever, because otherwise I'll tarnish that perfect record. I don't think anyone else has managed to get bronze, silver and gold in that order. That's kind of amazing for me anyway. But I digress. My winnings, in the previous contest, the winnings were Steam credit, basically. Or money. But in my case, Steam credit, because I can't have it shipped over to the UK for obvious reasons, so it has to be an online prize. This time the prize was a little different. Rort, who actually ran this contest, messaged me and said, "Congratulations for finishing first, here's a list of 5 games, and you get first pick because you won." Now, I'm not going to reveal what the other 4 games were out of respect for Rort, in case he's kept them and he doesn't want people to know what's on his Steam list. But the one I chose was the game you're seeing right now. Isn't that convenient? Cave Story Plus. Now, I have been meaning to get Cave Story Plus for a while now, but for various reasons, never got around to it until Rort gave it me as my prize. What was I thinking? This game is terrific! People have called this one of the best indie games of all time, and I thought that was just hyperbole. I'm completely wrong. It's just amazing. Seriously. I've already beaten the game once on easy mode. You're currently watching me play through it again on another save, on original difficulty, trying to save Curly Brace, because unfortunately I had to let her drown the first time because I didn't know that if you go into the chasm with Professor Booster, spoilers, you can't save Curly Brace. Because I was going in blind and trying not to spoil myself. Now I've beaten the game once, I'm allowed to spoil myself. If I've just spoiled people that haven't played Cave Story, I apologise, but you really should have played Cave Story by now. It is fantastic, especially the remastered version. Controversy ahoy. So, the reason for this video anyway is to kind of explain the story about how I managed to win Cave Story, in a way. I thought I'd do a kind of a retrospective and basically give reason behind my different picks, because it's now a choose your own adventure type thing where you can pick your game for every week. And I should just say, I've given my thoughts on the contest as a whole in the forum already, but you're kind of limited to what you can say in written word. So I'll just say again, Rort, buddy, you did a fantastic job with this contest. The twist you gave it was brilliant. It really gave it a new lease of life. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't feel bored at all like I have in previous contests where I was kind of just going through the motions to get to the end. I can confess that now. And I believe the judges have also said that it was a lot easier for them because they had a different game for each person to watch, as opposed to 12 videos of the same game each week. And I can sympathise because I was a judge in a contest in the past, and that was a real problem. Having to judge 12 50-minute videos of the same game is not fun, and it kind of leads to you not being able to give objective scoring. As I say, speaking of personal experience. So the contest kicked off 10 short weeks ago, I think it was, with gym class. Now, this, because it was summer school, Rort obviously gave each week a theme, like a class of some kind. Gym class, for example, was Run and Gun week, but not Contra. Now, I was going to pick a Metal Slug game because I've played them all before. That was until I started to practice them and realised I'm terrible at Metal Slug, and I will just confide in you here. My goal for these videos this time round was A, practice like hell and try and do the best possible video gameplay-wise that I could possibly manage on my tin pot little laptop with the keyboard, anyway. And B, try and make the commentary as entertaining as possible, because that was another change that Raw made. Gone were the separate marks for, like, you know, gameplay achievement and commentary and stuff like that. And then came a single letter grade for entertainment value. And that's another thing that was really good. The judges gave personalised feedback, really helped me to improve on the parts of the video that I needed to improve on, to keep a constant high score, and to also identify the bits that the judges really liked and increase them in the video. That's another reason why my feedback, as long as it's constructively done, I might add, is so good for like LP videos on YouTube, because it allows the LPer to get honest feedback from his viewers, and if there's anything they don't like or they think could be done better, he can tweak it for next time. But this is not me going on a long tangent. This is, by the way, completely unscripted. Couldn't you tell? So after having discounted Metal Slug, I went for Zool, which is a game from my childhood. It's... well, I remember it being a lot better than it is now for me, but it's still pretty good. I kind of think it's an underrated gem. Although, I would say that because it's a game I've played and I would of course defend it to the hilt. That is my personality. Each week I should say, I was going for a game that maybe people had heard of, but was a little bit more obscure. Saving 1 or 2 weeks, which I kind of had to do because of the challenge and because of the game itself and because it had a special place in my heart. But I'll get to that when we get to those games. So Zool came and went. I did fairly well on this. I'm not going to give the exact scores because I can't remember them, and also because I can't be bothered to go and look them up. I think I was third after the first week, so I thought, well, so far so good. Second week, the challenge was to play a game based on an animated property, so a cartoon or a film, or even a comic book. Basically something hand-drawn. And I chose The Adventures of Batman and Robin. My first choice, which I actually got so far as to recording a video of, was Tiny Toons for the NES. But then I realised I'd already LP'd Tiny Toons for the NES back in the days of the Let's Play forum with Gruel and Koshmar. I know, that's a blast from the past, the Let's Play forum. But I couldn't remember doing that because it's not on my channel, the 2 videos I did, and it's not, as far as I can remember, on the channel that was created to salvage all my old videos after, well, long story short, they got wiped. I'm not going to go into that drama again, that's a story for another time, and besides I kind of put that past me now. So I kind of forgot I'd done that, and there was a rule that you couldn't LP a game you'd already LP'd for the contest, so you couldn't play a game you already LP'd, and I was trying to avoid games I'd already played for previous contests as well, and that was another problem for the Run and Gun Wii, by the way. I nearly picked the one that's not enough until I realised I'd played that for the Olympics 2, the Let's Play Olympics 2, the Confusing Return to Numbers. Why do I keep doing the goddamn subtitle every time I say that? Damn it, Fat Kakashi, you've ingrained that in my head now and I'm not going to be able to get rid of it. Because there is a jump button, but I realised I'd done that for week 6 of the Let's Play Olympics 2. So I went for Batman and, the Adventures of Batman and Robin because people who know me will know that I think that the animated series, Batman the Animated Series, is not just one of the best cartoons of all time, it's one of the best put together series of all time, and I'm not even joking. That is just a masterclass in how to do a series from start to finish. So Konami did a great job with that game, and I hope I did it justice. This one wasn't actually from my childhood. I played it because of my connection to Batman as a whole, because he's my favourite superhero by far, and also the animated series. Week 3, on paper I thought, was would have been my best. Although actually, I've had one of the judges contact me since the contest ended and it was revealed that I had won, and they actually said that, for me, week 2 was by far my best week as far as they were concerned. So that was good. Week 3 was basically you had to play a game where you play the computer one-on-one. So it could be a sports game or it could be a fighting game. And I, of course, chose a fighting game. I have a lot of experience with fighting games. I've played far more than I care to mention here. I even spent a summer just going through, like, a list of different fighting games and trying them out. Arcade, N64, Super Nintendo, you name it. There are some great fighting games, like your Street Fighters and your Mortal Kombats. Alright, the latter is a matter of opinion, but I think the first 3 Mortal Kombats, alright, the second 2 Mortal Kombats, 2 and UMK3, are pretty damn good. 1's a bit basic, and 3 doesn't have enough characters in it. That's just my opinion, though. Watch the people now saying, "Oh, you idiot, MK1's the best," or "MK3 about all those extra crap ninjas are the best." That's not what we're here to discuss, people. We're here to discuss the Let's Play Summer School and to praise Raw and the judges for putting together a great contest. There, I've said it now. So, I was going to choose a little-known fighting game called Dual Heroes. And then I played Dual Heroes for the N64, and it was terrible. There was just no way I could have made an entertaining video out of it. So in the end, I scrapped that idea, and thank goodness that I did. And that allowed my second choice, Fighter Destiny 2, to come to the fore. And I picked this because, well, I said this in the video itself. So if you haven't seen the video for that week, then please, by all means, go watch it again. But it's very different from most fighting games, because where in most fighting games you're trying to deplete your opponent's life bar to win, you can deplete your opponent's life bar, but that won't guarantee you the victory. Instead, you get points pulling off various techniques, like a ring out, a knockdown, a throwdown. It's all in the video I did for week 3 for math class. So please, just check that out if you want to get reacquainted with the mechanics of Fighter Destiny 2. I thought I did a pretty good job with Fighter Destiny 2, although I did have a few technical issues with this video, in that I kept having to record the commentary in little blocks because I kept crashing. Because my laptop, it's like 4 years old now. It's not the best. It served me well, but laptops go off over time. Sad to say. Also, I will reiterate that Cherry is by far the worst character in Final Destiny 2, and I go further now. Now I can get on my soapbox here for a minute. She's not just the worst character in that game. She may be one of the worst characters in fighting games, period. I mean, seriously, a transvestite blast dancer. Okay, I know she's not a transvestite in the American version because, again, Nintendo games can't have transvestites in it. It's the poison burner controversy all over again. I'm stirring it up all over again. But yeah, poor old Joker from Fighter Destiny 1. Seriously, come back, buddy. All is forgiven. Week 4 was an interesting one. This was science class, and this meant that you had to play a game as an animal. I could have gone for Tiny Toons again, apart from the fact that I didn't want to do it for an LP. And also I should mention, because I'm getting kind of centered here, I did then go for the sequel, Tiny Toons 2 for the NES, but again, I was dying far too much. I actually thought the Jazz Jet Rabbit, the game I picked for week 4, was my weakest link of the 7. I had played the original Jazz Jet Rabbit on PC, but I hadn't actually played the Game Boy Advance version until that week, which might explain why I maybe didn't play quite as well as the other weeks, because I wasn't quite sure what to expect. Again, I picked it because it was something a little bit out of the ordinary, and I'm racking my brains trying to remember what I was going to choose for my my alternate choices had I not played Jazz Jet Rabbit. No, I'm lying through my teeth. It would have been Donkey Kong Country 2, because I love that game to bits. It's probably one of my favourite video games of all time. But a certain Canadian LP Summer School contestant beat me to it. Rassin Frassin Freezing Inferno. Then I was going to go for Banjo-Kazooie, but I was going to kind of do it live just to make things a bit more interesting. Then I was going for Banjo-Kazooie Gruntilda's Revenge. And then I was going to when I realised that was too boring, I went for Banjo Pilot, and then I realised I couldn't play that for Toffee. So in the end, I plumped for Jazz Jet Rabbit. I must have gone for like 5 or 6 different choices. That was perhaps the toughest week to pick a game with. Week 5, which I personally believe might have been my best week, even though what that particular judge said about week 2. Driver's Ed, which meant that you had to pilot a vehicle. And I went straight for Gokuju Parodius. I still cannot pronounce Japanese to save my life, but because it was just so off the wall. And funnily enough, Banjo Pilot did pop into my mind to do that one again for week 5, because it would have fit, because animals, and then next week, vehicles, but again, chose not to. Diddy Kong Racing also briefly popped into my head, and also Road Rash. Originally Road Rash 64, because I realised that game wasn't very good, and then I kind of realised, well, Road Rash is a great game, can I really carry 15 minutes of me biking through the countryside, beating people with a lead pipe, and presumably falling off my bike a lot, because I'm not very good at Road Rash? Can I keep that interesting and entertaining? And the answer was no, whereas I could do that for Gokuju Parodius. I was actually introduced to this game by FreezingInferno as part of his Kid Dracula LP. He played it as a bonus video, because Kid Dracula is one of the choosable characters in it. Choosable characters? One of the selectable characters in that game. So this was the other game I hadn't actually played very much before that week, but this time the gamble paid off. It didn't quite so much with Jazz Jackrabbit. Week 6, I thought this was a really good choice on my part, but again, this was kind of frowned upon by certain judges. So maybe, in hindsight, I should have picked another game. We had to basically play a game where you used a medieval weapon. My original choice was Knights of the Round, but I couldn't get that to work very well. When I did, I was, again, terrible at it. You're noticing a pattern here. I did toy with Soul Calibur, but I couldn't get that to work properly either. And again, 15 minutes of listening to me talk about how I was fighting guys, and I was trying to vary up the games I was playing. I'd already done 2 run and guns. I didn't really want to do a second fighting game. I know saying that I want to vary it up is ironic given what I chose for the final week as well, but there you have it. Cast of Questions actually was the game I chose as my prize for the Let's Play Olympics. So it's kind of ironic because I was trying to use the game I'd won in a previous contest for coming second to win outright the next LP contest I was participating in. I just found that kind of ironic. As I say, the gamble didn't pay off. Maybe I should have just gone with the lollipop, because I've now been informed by one of the other judges that would have been acceptable. So, oh well, maybe I kind of diddled myself after a couple of cheap points there. As it turned out, it didn't matter because I was able to keep a modest enough lead. I'm not egotistical. I can't go, ha! I'm the greatest person in LP contest history. In your face, guys. I can't do that, okay? I'm a modest person at heart. You may not see it sometimes, but I'm a modest person at heart. And the final week, which, again, I thought was a really strong week of mine. We had to play a game where you played as a girl, and I thought, well, why play as one girl when you can play as 2? Oh, other choices for this week that I picked? I can't remember off the top of my head. I could have gone for Perfect Dark, because I've long wanted to do some videos on Perfect Dark, the N64 version. I don't have the Xbox Live version because I don't have an Xbox 360. I know, foolish of me. And then I was going to play an arcade title called Mystic Warriors, which is basically a spiritual sequel to Sunset Riders. And it's a really good game in its own right. It does have one female ninja who I was going to play as the entire time. But while I'm okay at Mystic Warriors, I couldn't really do an entire run where I only died a couple of times, or never. Which I feel if you're going to do an arcade game for an LP contest such as this, you kind of have to go through it and die as little as possible. Although there are videos where you can die multiple times and still remain entertaining. Not naming any names because I don't want to embarrass people. In the end though, I went for yet another Super Nintendo title from my childhood, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, I may have just said that Batman the Animated Series was one of my favourite series of all time, but in the 90s, Power Rangers was pretty much my life. That sounds so sad, doesn't it? But it was the thing I watched most as a child as I was growing up. There, made it slightly less sad, but not that much. So it was only natural I was going to try and inject that childhood enthusiasm into the video. I was able to talk a lot about the series and the monsters, and as well as the game itself. And again, I think it came off rather well. There were 3 weeks actually where I got the same score of three S's and an A. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Gokuju Parodius, and the Adventures of Batman and Robin. I think I got 3 S's and an A for Batman and Robin. And I think those are the weeks that have won me the metaphorical gold medal here. The other weeks were good, but because I'm kind of a perfectionist, I was kind of disappointed with them and was kind of thinking, oh, right, you must do better. You must do better each time. So that's just basically my reasoning behind the games. And I now will level with you. There's a lot of games that I've been wanting to play or show off in some way or another on my channel. But perhaps they wouldn't have made for great LPs, either because they are fighting games, or they just wouldn't be suitable for commentary, or at least a full LP of commentary anyway. So it's nice to be able to, with this choose your own game thing, to be able to do that, and actually a lot of these games I've played are ones that I would play if I had the chance, and I would LP if I had the chance. I wouldn't do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because Omega Zoltan already did that far better than I ever could. In fact, I even helped him with that LP years ago, but it was a really good LP, and I always believe that it is an LP that you can't better it, don't even try to imitate it. There's a few exceptions, and again, quality is objective. What constitutes a good LP, and a great LP, and a bad LP, and a terrible LP, and all that sort of jazz. I'm going off on a tangent about LP quality. Suffice to say, you might see one of these games again on my channel in the not too distant future. Saying nothing more other than that. So this has been a retrospective of the Let's Play Summer School. I hope you enjoyed watching me play through the various games as much as I enjoyed playing them and making the videos. Congratulations to everybody who took part. There were only like 7 participants this time. Sorry, 8 including myself. 7 other participants, and all but 2 of them got to the end of the contest. We lost Zenatoto and Decoy for reasons that couldn't be helped. I'm not blaming them for dropping out. I think if you go into an LP contest like this, you should at least try to make it to the end. But obviously, life can be a bitch sometimes, and life can throw things up that you never expect, and that happened for both of these guys, as far as I know. Not going into huge details, so it's fine that they dropped out. I'm sure they'll be back for the next contest. I personally will not, because there's always a tradition now that the winner of the contest takes a break to give others a chance. Well, they don't categorically say it's to give others a chance, but let's face it, it's to give others a chance, because if the same people entered all the time, the same people would keep winning by... That makes me sound so egotistical again. The more ex-champions there are in the draw, the less chance there is of somebody new getting into the top 3. There we go. That's how to say it. So I will not be participating, I don't think, in the next competition, and I don't know when that's going to be. But I have not ruled out participating in the future, and I haven't ruled out actually running my own contest, or at least being a judge again. So that's all I have to say, and I've talked for, what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Coming up to 25 minutes, I think that's enough. I think you people might be getting fed up of watching me blunder through Cave Story Plus by now. So, until next time, I can't even get my outro out because I'm slurring all my words today, god damn it. What else is new, though? What else is new? So, this has been a retrospective of the Let's Play Summer School. I've said that already, but what the hell. I hope you enjoyed it, and next time I will be starting my new LP. I know it's been a long time coming, but there's been quite a bit of preparation to make for it, and also I've been extremely busy. What else is new? That new LP will be going up, hopefully, within the next 3 weeks. Sooner if I can help it, but it's going to be a post-commentary LP. It's going to be, I hope, a surprise for people. I hope you're going to enjoy it, because it's something a little bit different from me. I'm going to do a few little extra things for it, and this is now turning into an advertisement, so it's time to end off. Until next time, I've been Rainiac. Hope you enjoyed the video, and bye for now.